Okay, right now I'm going to show you guys how to figure out the measurements to a serving of a recipe. So first you're going to obviously go to MyFitnessPal, and you're going to go to the food tab, and then you're going to go to recipes. You're going to enter in a new recipe, and you're going to make it, right in the name, you're going to make it for the number of servings. You're just going to do 1. And just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to do a really simple recipe. Okay, so say, I'm using 150, so I'll just put that in. This is what you're using for the whole recipe. This is just an example. Say you're using 2 tablespoons of salsa. Okay, so let's pretend like this is an entire recipe. This is our whole recipe. We're going to save it. Again, it's just 1 serving. Oh. Okay. Okay, it's saved. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go cook our recipe, and we're going to go weigh our entire recipe on the scale once it's cooked.
Okay, so first off, please excuse my messy kitchen. It's been a long day. But I'm going to show you 3 really good examples of measuring a recipe. So say I made some mac and cheese in my pot, and easily I could just take the mac and cheese and dump it into another container that's on the scale, and would be able to measure out how much mac and cheese it weighs. So, say I dump my mac and cheese into a container from the pot, and it ends up weighing 1,000 grams. So we're going to write it in 1,000 grams, which we'll do next. But that's one way to do it. So another way to do it, and that's really helpful, like with casserole dishes, and basically you want to kind of do this always if you remember to ahead of time. Or you can do it later, but this is what you'll want to do. So say you're making a casserole, so you don't want to take the casserole out of the dish once it's done and weigh it all. So what you would do is take the dish that you're going to weigh it in, and we're going to tear the scale there, so it's a 0, and we're going to weigh it. Which, I don't have a lot of room here, so, there we go. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's 41 grams. Yeah, you can't see it, but it's 41 grams. So we know that the dish that we're using is going to weigh 41 grams, and you can even double check by taking it off, make sure it's at a 0. Once it's cooked in the dish, all you would do is just tear the scale, it's at 0, and you would take the casserole in the dish and weigh it. So with the food in it, it's going to weigh whatever, say it's 1,000. So we know that total's 1,000 with the casserole dish and the casserole, so obviously we would only need to subtract the weight of the casserole dish to figure out how much the actual casserole, the food, is. So that's all you do. If it was 1,000, you would just subtract 41 grams.
Okay, so we're going to continue with the using that casserole as our recipe. So if the dish was 1,000 grams, we're going back to what we used earlier with the chicken and the salsa. And remember, we had it as 1 serving, so we're going to go in, edit recipe. And this is basically the same thing on the phone. Maybe I'll do a separate video doing it through your phone. But we said that it was 1,000 grams for the dish with the food in it, but the dish was 41 grams. So that gives us 959 grams for our food. So we're going to save that. Okay, so what this is right here, and as you can see, because I put like no food in it, everything's 0. But what you're looking at right here is the macro breakdown for a single gram of the serving. So that's why it's showing up as nothing right here, but obviously if you had like a real recipe, it would be more. Okay, so we're in our food diary, and we're going to log the casserole dish. So say when I make myself my casserole dish for, dinner tonight, I'm going to weigh out, say, 150 grams. So we're going to put in the quantity as 150, and we're going to add it. And there you go. So 150 grams of my fake recipe is 12 calories, 0 carbs, 0 fat, 2 protein. But that's how you figure out the serving size, the measurements of recipe.